Hello everyone, Keely from Wave here. So in this video, I'm going to run you through the different settings you'll see when creating a new application form. So there's quite a few options there, but they're all pretty straightforward once you know what to do. So let's get into it. So starting off to create a form, just head to Tools, and then we'll just go down to Application Form. And then from there, we can just go Create Form, and you'll see Application Form there. We just want to create it in a standard form, so we'll just go Create Form. Perfect, and then the settings pop up. So first up, you'll need to give your form an application name. So this is the name you'll use to identify the form within Wave. So it's also the title people will see when they open it as well. So just choose something clear that lets people know exactly what the form is for. And then for now, I'll just call it Wave application form. Keep it pretty basic. And then next is the active toggle. So this simply controls whether people can access and submit the form. So while you're setting everything up, you can just leave this turned off. But once the form is ready to go and you've done everything, you just have to switch it on to make it active. And then next up, we have membership options. So turning this on allows you to include your existing public membership options in the membership fields on the form. So this can be handy for applications where people need to choose the membership type or level they're applying for. So that just makes it able that you can use that when you're actually building your form. And then next up, you'll see Stripe account. So this is what Wave uses to securely process payments through the application form. So this will only come into play if you turn on the payment option further down, which we'll go through in a moment. And just make sure you've selected the right Stripe account as well for where you want those payments to go. And then you'll see just different accounts type up there, and then you can just choose which one you want to choose. And then next up, we have Xero Connection. So this lets you choose whether any charges collected through the form should also connect with Xero. So you can select the relevant Xero account from the drop down. So you can see if I go into here, you can choose what account you want to go to, or you can just choose don't connect to Xero if you don't need those charges recorded there. So we'll keep that off just for now. And then you have the description section just down here. So this is where you can add a quick introduction to any useful information about the application. So you might want to include what the application is for, like who can apply, any eligibility requirements, or anything else people should know before they get started. And then, so you can keep it pretty simple. And then under that, we just have email sender. So this is the email address that application related emails will be sent to. So you might have a few different options in the drop down. So just take a moment to check when you're setting it up that the correct email address has been selected for the form. So let's keep it on that one just for now. And then next up we have email sender. Email notification. Sorry. So turn this on if you'd like someone in your organization to receive an email whenever a new application is submitted. So once it's enabled, you can enter an email address. So I'll just tick that. Now if I just put my email there. If I go enter, it'll just add that email on there. And then from there, I can just keep adding more emails from there as well. So just enter the email in there that you want the email notifications to go through to. And then next we have require ABN check just down here. So you can turn this on if applicants need to provide a valid Australian business number as part of the application. So Wave will automatically check the ABN against records, and then if it isn't valid, the applicant won't be able to submit a form. So this is useful for any applications where confirming a valid ABN is important. So you can click that on if you want to. And then next we have collect payment details. So turn this on when applicants need to make a payment as part of their application. So the Stripe account that you selected earlier will be used to securely process the payment. So before enabling this, just double check that you've selected the right Stripe account at the top of the page as well. And then from there, you can see you can put the application fee in as well. And then you can say who pays the fee. And then next we have enable redirect after submission. So this lets you send applicants to another web page after they've completed the form. So once it's turned on, you can see you can put a URL in there. And then from there, once it's turned on, you can put the URL where you want them to be directed to once they've put the form through after they've submitted. So this could take them to your website, an information page, or any like event in registration or anything like that that relates to the application. So just for example, I'll put the Wave URL in there, and then if I go redirect button label, so I just want to go click here to go to Wave. Perfect. So next is custom email opening title. So this lets you change the heading that appears at the top of the applicant's confirmation email. So instead of using like a standard title, you can make it more specific to the application. So you might say something like "Thank you for submitting," or like just keep it pretty simple if you want to as well. And then next we have enable privy signature. Actually, before there I go, just put that in. Perfect. And then next we have enable privy signature. So turning this on means applicants will need to add a digital signature before they submit the form. So this can be useful when applicants need to confirm that the information they've provided is correct or if they agree to certain terms. And then from there, you can add a application banner. So this will appear at the top of the form, and it's a great way to add some branding and make the form feel a little bit more customized. So you can design something specifically for the application if you wanted to, or you could also keep it pretty simple, with just your organization's logo or something like that. It's completely up to you. And then there's also the set size for the banner there that you can also use just to make sure it's the right size and it fits in there perfectly. Yeah. So just to actually upload a banner, all you got to do is just click this little thing here, and then a little pop-up comes up, and then from there you can go browse files. So I just grab something from my downloads, and then it'll tell you if it exceeds a limit, and then from there you can put in your image. Alright, just for an example, I'll add another banner image, and then from there you can just choose your image, and then just go save, and then just go upload file. And then from there, you'll see your banner image is there. So yeah. And yeah, that is a quick look at the settings available when creating an application form. So from here, you can continue setting up your form and start adding questions and fields applicants will need to complete. And then from there, next time I'll be doing a video next going over how to actually create the form. So look out for that. So yeah, I hope this video has helped. If you have any questions or need further assistance, reach out to the Wave team. But yeah, see you later. See you in the next video. Thanks.